Hey everybody, come on in. This is me on Things and Stuff live. And I'm not gonna smoke, but you just saw me exhale my last cigarette. I was trying to cheat behind the lawyers. I forgot to exhale. So you caught me slipping up trying to be professional. But that's some new theme music. Let me know if you like the theme music. I made that today. I downloaded I use a music app, a music maker app to make theme music. And I downloaded that today. That's the grunge style. You can make all kinds of different music to use however you want. It's free music and it's cool. I use it to do music for the shows because you can't use licensed music for live streams. You know, they'll shut you down. Facebook will mute your videos. Hey, Billy. Hey, Lori. Hey, Nick, Roger. There's people here on Facebook. Let me see if we got some people here on YouTube. Come on in. We're going to talk about a few things. I have a few things set up to talk about. UFOs, CERN, reality itself. We're going to talk about a few things. But come on in and we'll hang out for a little while. But we're live over on Periscope and YouTube as well. So come on in. Share this out. We're going to do a rant show at 7. This is just me on Things and Stuff. We're just going to talk about a few things. This won't be political or anything like that, so Lori, it'll be friendly. But we're going to talk about how should we really start this. So, UFOs. Are you into UFOs? Let me know. Those of you out there, those of you here, what do you think of UFOs? What do you think UFOs are? I honestly believe that UFOs are military technology, things that would look like magic to us, that even the military doesn't know they have, all branches of, but maybe Space Force would know about, something like that. That's what I think we're dealing with when we're dealing with UFOs and interdimensional beings. That's what I think. But what do you think about UFOs? Sorry, my nose was itching. I spend a lot of time talking about what I think. What do you think? Fact is, though, the UFO thing is being admitted more and more, and disclosure is getting closer and closer. The Air Force just released video of them pursuing UFOs to mainstream media. You can look it up for yourself, and they admit they're real. Now, they say that they didn't mean to show them to you. They didn't mean to let it out, and I'll show you that here in a little bit. We're going to pull up some news on it and look at it. But Billy says they are real. Now, but what I mean is, what do you think they are? Do you think they're from outer space? Do you think they're aliens visiting Earth? Or do you agree with me that they're more from this dimension, from this plane, and we're interacting with basically things that we don't know exist? Because I believe there are things that the military has, that the government has, that would look like magic to us, that are beyond our imagination. I believe they have these things. And I believe they test them, of course. How would they know what they do or how they work if they don't test them? So yeah, of course. And I think that's what's happening, is the regular Air Force is intercepting tests of the secret Air Force. That's what I think. But I'm interested in hearing what you guys think before I move any further with this. But they are real, as Billy said, and the Air Force is coming out and admitting it, that they deal with them all the time. And like I said, they didn't mean to tell us. They released some stuff that they didn't mean to release. It got out by mistake, and we'll cover that a little more when I bring up the article later on, when more people get here. I'm going to give a little time for people to get in. Usually we give a little time. But the other thing I'm going to talk about, and I'm going to tie all this together. It's going to seem like I won't be able to, but I'm going to. I have a plan in mind. So I am steering this car, even though it seems like we're going to be all over the road. We're going to talk about CERN. Now, what could CERN possibly have to do with this? I'm going to explain it to you. But CERN, if you don't know what it is the facility in Switzerland. It's the Large Hadron Collider. It's a 17-mile, the Hadron Collider itself is a 17-mile thing. I don't know what to call it. But what it does is it collides particles. It's very complicated, but it's underground, and the main headquarters is in Switzerland. And this entity, CERN, they have a lot of very weird traits in their publicity, to say the least. But we're going to get into them a little bit. And we're going to talk about what they may have to do with UFOs. And what they may have to do with the third thing I wrote down to talk about that we're going to tie into all of this: reality itself and our understanding of it. So I'm going to try to tie all those things together. Reality, UFOs, and CERN. That's going to be the goal here. But you guys participate. Take part in the conversation. Anything you want to say about any of those things, throw it out to me. But we're going to get into that stuff. And looks like some people are arriving on YouTube. That's good. Let me know what you want to talk about anything having to do with CERN or UFOs being real, or anything at all, really. I also am going to talk about, I can't tie this into the main thing. This won't be part of the main show, but later we're going to get into a little Pizzagate and Epstein too, because I just want to keep bringing focus to that story. And they tie together as well. I'll show you why. I'll show you how they tie together when we get to that later. But right now we're going to start with our main focus, which today is going to be the UFOs, CERN, and reality itself. So let me know what you think about that, and I am going to bring up some sites, some things I want to show you. There's one thing in particular that I want to show you, and that is, let me get the logo out of here, but that is this here. We're going to start with this. This is the bizarre dance of destruction. This is part of CERN's publicity. Now, I could go on and on about reasons that I don't trust CERN, and there are plenty of reasons not to. And you could just stay with mainstream science reasons, what they're doing at CERN, what they're messing with. They're trying to mess with the Higgs boson particle that holds reality together. They're trying to mess with that. And, their mascot is Shiva. They have a statue of Shiva outside, the goddess of destruction. And this dance of destruction, they did this publicity. This is from their own publicity. They put this out. Oh, come on, computer. I didn't make this video, CERN did. That wasn't what I thought it was, but it was a preview for what I wanted to show you. Let me shut that up. It's a preview for what I wanted to show you, which was the dance of destruction that they do at CERN. Let me see if I can get some screenshots of it from Google. I'm pushing my computer to its limits. We're doing a fundraiser for other equipment, but we've already raised money for the computer, which thank you so much to everyone who gave in that. and made that possible. I finally figured out what was going on with the money. The money has been slow to transfer, and the reason was I must have put a number in somewhere. They were having trouble transferring the funds because of problems. I fixed it, so it should just be a matter of days, and we'll get the new computer in about a week, I'd say. But let me see. I'm going to look up the CERN dance. And this is easy, this is all you got to do. Everybody's got a computer in their pocket. You can pull it up. These are stills from it, but this is a dance, this demonic dance that they do all throughout the CERN Hadron Collider, all throughout the facility, in all places. And it is a demonic dance to the goddess Shiva, who is the goddess of destruction. That is what they worship at CERN. I know it's funny. I get that it's funny, but it's true as well. Shiva is the goddess of destruction. It could just be fancy art that they like to put outside. But why are they doing dances to the goddess Shiva outside of the CERN facility? And Shiva casts a light, casts onto the building, onto the facility. She's very prominent. And 666 is in their logo. You may laugh at that as well. But 666 is in their logo. I'll show it to you. That's going to be an example. There it is right there. 666. They're open about this stuff. The elite are open about this stuff. They want to unravel reality. There's a lot going on behind the curtain. This article is about how UFOs are real and about how you were never supposed to see them. The military says, remember those viral videos that you saw? The government would like you to forget them. They don't deny they're real, but they didn't want you to see them. The videos trailing unidentified flying objects, the mystery crafts moves at hypersonic speeds, flying tens of thousands of feet above the Earth with no distinct wings, engines, or visible signs of propulsion whatsoever. Were they flying saucers, incredibly high-tech drones? The pilots had no idea, and they still don't know. And according to a recent statement from Navy intelligence officials, they don't. Neither does the U.S. government. But the UFO, according to Black Vault, the videos may have been improperly released, by a former Pentagon employee, a whistleblower, who had applied for permission to share them across several government agencies as part of a database on unmanned aerial vehicles. Well, that goes with what I was talking about, technology that, isn't something that we know about. The man received permission to share them with government use only, and he leaked them to the media. Well, that's interesting. But what do you think about CERN, if you're still here for that? And what do you think about UFOs? But, well, we're going to get to this later. I want to bring that up later on. I'll bring that back in later on. We'll talk about that. That's just filler. That's about how if you're messy and you swear, you're a genius. If you don't like to sleep, that increases your chances of being a genius. It's not guaranteed you're a genius, but it's highly likely that you're a genius. If you're messy and you love to swear and you don't like to sleep, if you stay up late. Lori says it's not to be trusted. Ryan says, Hail Satan, Lord of Science. Did you ever think they're being satirical? Satirical with the Shiva statue and satirical with the Luciferian stuff? Maybe, but what's the joke? Why an official promotion? Why? Why do that? What's the joke? I don't get it. They're saying that they want to mess with the fabric of reality outright in their mission statement. That's what they say they're messing with the Higgs boson particle. They say that that's what holds together reality, and they're trying to see what happens when you do collisions and mess with that part. I don't know what that stuff does. I know that Stephen Hawking and a lot of people, a lot of people that are a lot smarter than me are concerned with the research being done at CERN. And what I was going to say about reality itself and how this all ties in together is we don't understand everything around us in our reality. So we don't understand fully everything that exists technologically. We don't understand everything that exists in the solar system. We don't ever understand everything that exists here on this planet. There are things that we don't understand that are right here around you right now. You know, they say we only or experience 4 dimensions, and there's what, 10 they've discovered, something like that, 10 or 11, and we only experience 4 of them. So there's right now in the room with you, there are things happening and the things going on that you can't even process. So we don't understand all of reality, and a lot of scientists, people more in the know about what they're doing at CERN than me, don't like what's going on there. And I could pull up a lot of articles like that too for you. They're not concerned because of the Luciferian dances. They're concerned of the experiments being done and what it could mean to the fabric of time even and reality. That's real. That's mainstream science even. There are serious concerns from well-known names. I don't want to rattle any off right now because I don't want to be wrong. But there are a lot of people very concerned with what's happening at CERN. What's happening at CERN. Ryan says beautiful art. Beautiful art for the dancing. Okay, beautiful art. There was another satanic ceremony they recently had with a mock sacrifice, so that was probably just art too. I'm sure it was. Ryan says having fun dancing for conspiracy theorists that think they're trying to blow up the world. Atheist scientists can be pretty funny. Atheists are hilarious. Atheists are great. Um, Atheists have everything figured out and are very, very smart and intelligent, and they know for a fact that there's no God. But they also believe in science. They're also scientists and scientism. Whatever that's called. When you believe in science as a religion and it can't be questioned, which is the opposite of what science is. Science is alive and constantly questioned. That's the whole purpose of science, is to question it. That's what science is for. But let me see what's going on YouTube now that I can see your comments again, see what you guys are talking about. Let me know anything you want to say. I want to know what you think about CERN, what you think about what they're doing there. Ryan thinks it's innocent and that there's nothing really going on at CERN, that they're just dancing, having a good time. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how I feel really. I think it's weird. It's at least very, very, very weird. Doesn't really concern me much, but I'm not a scientist. I know a lot of scientists are concerned with what's happening at CERN. And Ryan says belief isn't an atheism. What? It's non-belief without proof. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I understand. I understand. I get it. There's all kinds of little jargon and things that protect you from logic in this situation. But the bottom line is you don't believe there's a God and you mock people that do. As an atheist, that's the basic practice of atheism as far as I've ever seen. I don't know what your tenets are or what your goals or expressions are, but what has always happened to me, and I am a Christian, but I am not a judgmental jerk, which you're not supposed to be if you're a Christian, by the way. If you're paying attention and listening right now and you're a Christian, the last thing you're ever supposed to do is judge people. But, and I'm not. I'm open minded. And I talk to these people because I talk to everybody. They always treat me like I'm stupid. Always. And it's not everybody. I get that. It's not every atheist. Ryan may be pretty super cool. I don't know Ryan yet. But in all of my experiences with atheists, even my friends, they at least, at the very least, pity me for my belief. So you're awful sure of something that you have no way of understanding yourself. It could very well exist. These same people will be open to other dimensions existing, parallel universes existing, far-reaching other galaxies and worlds and full Earths with people and civilizations just like ours. All of that's possible to these people. But the fact that it's possible there could be a God is beyond their understanding. I'm not going to get into the specifics of which God is what and who's right. I just say that there's no way there's no God. Ryan says, I don't believe things that have no proof. Yeah, you do. You believe in gravity. Gravity's never been proven. Do you believe in gravity? You believe in things without proof. You have faith in gravity. Gravity's a theory. They can't prove it. They can't show it to you. They can't explain it. Neil deGrasse Tyson will be the first to tell you. You have no idea what it is. That's all he ever wants to say. I don't know. Move on. They don't understand it. You believe things without proof. Of course you do. Said, dude, you're judging a bunch of scientists dancing. It's a satanic dance. It's a ritual dance. It's real. Look it up. The dance of destruction for Shiva was done to pay tribute to the god Shiva for destruction, which is what she stood for. How do you know they're not dancing for that? How do you not, you know, like I said, a lot of scientists are against what they're doing there and feel like we need to be afraid of what they're doing there and be concerned with it and that they need to stop. So, what if those people are right and you're wrong? What if, at the very least, that they could unravel reality, unravel time and space as we know it? These are things being said that they could do, possibly. They say that it won't happen. They don't agree that it will, but people think it could. People that are a lot smarter than me. I don't claim to be an expert on what they're doing at CERN, but they're not either. They'll be the first to tell you also that they don't fully understand the Higgs boson particle, and they don't understand. They understand that it's the glue to reality, but they don't understand why or how. So they don't fully understand what they're messing with either. And Ginger says energy is everything. Energy is everything. Tesla understood that. Tesla understood that the world around us is energy. He also understood that there were other dimensions. And right here, not that, that's what I think what these aliens are. I think they're from interdimensional beings. I don't think they're from outer space. Not that I don't think it's impossible. I don't think it's impossible for there to be life on other planets. I'm just saying, to get here, think of the technology they would have to travel across the galaxy. They would cross galaxy travel, like Star Wars type travel, is impossible. Like light speed and stuff like that, that's what you'd need, because otherwise you'd be 120 by the time you got where you were going. But I know there's other little scientific anomalies like wormholes and stuff you could use. But again, I'm not an expert, and I couldn't tell you. Tesla thought you could time travel. He claimed to have figured out how. But I'm sure it had something to do with the fact that, as what Einstein said, that time is relative. These are all ways of saying that we don't fully understand the world around us. Even the smartest people don't fully understand the world around us. So I'm saying, to tie it back to the atheism thing, that there could be a God, and there's just as much proof for this God, or that lack thereof, that there is for gravity. And we all believe in gravity, right? We all accept gravity. So I don't understand how one's more ridiculous than the other. Billy says, you've never heard of CERN? Look CERN up, man. Look into CERN. They're messing. Let me just tell you what they're doing. Their expressed message, and our mission is to cause particle collisions. That's what the Hadron Collider does. It causes these high-speed collisions of particles and allows them to research and examine them and reactions of colliding different particles with different things. But what they've discovered in their research and what they're tampering with now is this Higgs boson particle, which they have discovered is the particle that is in everything. You ever heard of the God particle? Remember when they said they found a God particle that everything shares? This God particle. That's the Higgs boson particle. They call it the glue of reality. And that's what they're tampering with at CERN, with what happens when you mess with the Higgs boson particle. And I think it's dangerous. I think they may be messing with reality inadvertently. You know, a lot of times we create things because we can, or we do things because we can, not necessarily because we should. You know, it's not necessarily a good idea, but we do it anyway. You know, a lot of our scientists feel like they have a license to just move forward with stuff, even if it's not a good idea. But this is what I wanted to get to give you guys a little bit of time to talk and bring up anything you want to talk about, because I don't want to get stuck on one thing for very long. This is just random. This is me on things and stuff, which used to be a show, and it's a random thing. So we just talk about a little bit of everything. I do all kinds of different shows here, and they all have a little bit in common, but they all have their own audience. Like there's the Revolution show, and then there's the um, why did I go blank on my own shows? Conspiracy Theories and Chill, the Rant show, which we're gonna do a rants at 7 tonight. So be here for that. And then there's Yankee Show, but this is one that I can just talk about anything. And this article is about how if you're messy and you love to swear and you can't sleep, you just may be a genius. This is good news because I knew I was. And I knew there was a reason why I was messy and why my room was disheveled and why my desk is disheveled and piled up with papers and why all that was going on. And it's because of me being super smart. And I knew there was a reason I cussed. Intelligent people use more curse words. This is science. This isn't me. You know, you always hear that people who swear have a limited vocabulary, but if you think about it, those who don't use any swear words are the ones who limit their own vocabulary. They censor themselves. Intelligent people are night owls. Like to stay up late? This could be a sign of intelligence. Scientific research has linked night owls with higher IQs. President Obama, Charles Darwin, Winston Churchill, Keith Richards, and Elvis Presley are all famous for nocturnal activities. Another one is, who is that? Puff Daddy? Don't he say he only sleeps like 4 hours or 6 hours a day? Arnold Schwarzenegger says he only sleeps 6 hours a day. A messy desk and intelligence go hand in hand. Oh my God, I'm on the right path. I'm doing everything right. You should see my desk. Oh my God, if I could show you, I wouldn't because it's embarrassing. But a messy desk means you're smart. This is fantastic news. And I'm going to need to send this to my mother right away and let her know that my room was always messy because I'm a genius. She was right. I am very smart. But you know, I don't think I'd have listed Elvis on that list or Keith Richards. Keith Richards, maybe if you're doing a list on how to be super healthy. So sleep is not important on how to be super healthy, and neither is not doing drugs. Because Keith Richards has done a lot and as much as he could of every drug that exists. But this was a feed that I did today because I felt like I owed YouTube a feed. Because today's Daily Burn, I never went live on YouTube. And it's my fault. I didn't realize it. I forgot to click go live. I have to click go live on each platform because the one I pay for, and I pay for Caster, which is the service I use to multi-stream, and it's not as fancy as some of the more expensive, but it's like $50 cheaper. Caster's $9.99 a month, and then the next one is $69.99. Now that one brings in your comments, it brings in everything, and you don't have to have 3 tabs open. But Caster, you do. But I don't have $69.99. That was the beginning. The other one, and that's for the base model. The other one was $99.99 for the base model, where you could only share to 3 platforms, and you had all these limitations. For their robust one, it was like $150. Da, 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 da. Ryan says, if you'll tell me the math doesn't mean anything, I'll go ahead and discontinue viewing this. You need a higher education so you can be an expert. Right now, you're a spectator with no foundation for your focus. It's cool if you don't watch. I didn't tell you math doesn't mean anything. What math? When did I say math didn't mean anything? And I never claimed to be an expert. This is an entertainment show. Ginger says night owls and little sleep. Jack, hey Jack, nice to see you guys. But Lori says my house and office must be very intelligent. No, that means you are very intelligent that they're messy. That means you are. You are very intelligent. But let me know anything you guys want to talk about, and let me know what you'd like to hear about on the Rant show tonight. We're doing a Yankee Rants at 7 p.m. Central. So this was to tell people about that, and as a I'm sorry to YouTube, because I scheduled it. So it went out, an alert went out to my subscribers, and they were there waiting. I just never clicked the button. It was my fault. So I apologize to everyone who was at the Daily Burn on YouTube today for that, because there was up to 3 people at a time watching, or waiting, rather. No one could watch because I never went live. But this was just a me on things and stuff. Just was a way to just show you a little bit of everything that we do. And the reason why I included in the picture CERN, and I also included a little Bernie head, is because that's part of who I am. And all of my shows are always going to have a little bit of who I am in them. So I put Bernie head in the logo only because there was a chance we might talk revolution. We can talk anything you want. But this one's not political. This is just a random show. And just to announce this also, some of you know this because some of you here received a message from me. I launched a GoFundMe at Ginger's suggestion. Ginger suggested that we do a GoFundMe for things that we need to do, things like interviewing. The service that I want for using to interview people, and it's very, very nice. If you watched my last 2 interviews, I was on a free trial. It's Be Live, and the cheapest service they have is $2.99 a year. I really want to get that to be able to do more interviews with people. And if you're digging the shows, if you're digging what we're doing here, we started a GoFundMe, and that's going to cover things like Be Live, and it's going to cover things like there's a better version of Caster where I can see comments, and it costs a little more. It's much cheaper on Caster though. I think it's only like $39.99 a month to do the service that brings in the comments, and you don't have to have all the tabs open, and it allows you to do other things too. So they're, right now we're just on their intro service, but a lot of these other things, they cost money, so we're raising money for that at Ginger's suggestion, and Ginger has a lot of good ideas. So she's my idea person, and we went ahead and set that up. So I shared that out. I'll share it a little here and there, and I'm going to push it on all platforms and send it out on Twitter and stuff too. But please support that if you can. But support it by sharing it. The biggest thing that you can do to help me is to share and to get things out. That helps me the most. And interacting, taking part and commenting and things like that, that helps a lot. So all of that helps us do better in the algorithm and get out to more viewers. And right now, that's the most important thing. But tune in at 7 tonight, and we're going to be back for Yankee Rants. That has been a popular little show. It's been popular on YouTube as well. So Yankee Rants will be on live at 7 tonight. 7 p.m. we'll be doing Yankee Rants. But right now we can talk about anything at all. Let me know what you want to talk about before we wrap up. Ginger says mainstream media, aka Mockingbird media, and how we take them down. There you go. Ginger says I want Sean to interview Richard Sharman, a mathematician who proved the 2016 election was rigged and how to overwhelm the rigging. Also, candidates like Tim Canova. That would be an awesome interview. I would love to interview Tim Canova. But that will open up doors when we raise this money. And I just set the goal at 1,000. I don't need 1,000. Like I said, Be Live's $2.99, and the upgraded caster is only like $39.99 a month. And then I want to get a few things electronically, like a better camera, and so I can mount it out further and get a better view of the desk. And then I want to do something, with the scenery, so it looks better, more professional. People be more likely to click on it if it looks more professional. Hi, Steve. Good to see you made it. There's going to be a Yankee Rants at 7, Steve. 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. Central. Anytime I tell you the time, it's always going to be Central time. So 7 p.m. Central, Yankee Rants. We'll see you then for that. Thanks for hanging out. This was, like I said, a thank you to YouTube, a way to announce the fundraiser, and a way to talk about a few of these little things. And just to see if there's any interest in a show like this where we just talk about things. So let me know what you want to talk about before we wrap up, and support the fundraiser and support the shows by sharing them. Share that fundraiser out with people. Yeah, we do love you, Ginger. Ginger rocks. Ginger's the best. I get a lot of support from Ginger. She's really a champion out there in this movement, in the truth movement, and the progressive movement, and all the movements. She really is a champ. And a lot of the people that are here right now are real champs. I like all you guys a lot. I've met a lot of really cool people on Facebook doing this, and just being on Facebook, I've met a lot of really cool people. But all of you cool people, come back at 7 and be here for the Yankee Ranch show. And again, let me know if there's anything you want me to rant about tonight. But Ginger says mainstream media. I've been ranting about them a lot. I can do that. But yeah, I've been talking about them a lot because they're a constant problem. They're a constant enemy. That's something we deal with every day. The mainstream media is a weapon, and it's used against us every day. So that is something I could rant about for sure. But anything at all you want to hear about tonight, let me know. We'll get into it. But thanks for watching. This has been me on Things and Stuff. And we'll do this again sometime too if there's any interest. This was just a sample to see, how it would go. We did this show a long time ago. I wanted to see if it would work out. I think it went pretty good. I think there was pretty good reception to it. We had good comments. Someone was mad that I wasn't an expert, but I never claimed to be. Oh, Ginger says thank you. Thank you, Ginger. Ginger says, I personally think that what we need to do in mass is surround mainstream headquarters and also SOS in the states to demand open primaries and paper ballots, period. That's what it would take. It would take the people doing what's necessary to make the change happen. That's the way change takes place. The people getting active and being involved and doing what's necessary. That's the only way it's ever taken place. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you again tonight at 7 for the Yankee Rants. And thanks for letting me do this. Thanks for letting me do this little experiment. Let me know if you have any interest in a variety show like this, and where we just talk about a little bit of everything and hang out. We can bring this back, make this a regular thing. I'm looking for different things to do, different feed ideas and shows that you like. So your feedback would be greatly appreciated, good or bad. Negative feedback would work too. Thanks for watching. See you at 7.